Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Think about the Olympic Games or a World Expo. For a few intense weeks, a host city has to absorb the entire population of another small city. Millions of people, athletes, officials, media, and spectators, all needing to move seamlessly and safely. This sudden, massive influx can either showcase a city's brilliance or expose its weaknesses, leading to a transportation meltdown on a global scale. The challenge is immense. How do you manage this surge without gridlocking the city, while also leaving behind a positive, lasting inheritance for its residents? The answer lies in two powerful words: smart mobility. This isn't just about adding more buses or trains. It's a complete shift towards an integrated, intelligent, and data-driven transportation ecosystem. Today, we're exploring how smart mobility is revolutionizing transport for these mega events, turning a logistical nightmare into a catalyst for profound urban transformation. The scale of a modern mega event is staggering. The Paris 2024 Olympics, for example, involved welcoming millions of spectators into a city that already has one of the busiest transport networks in the world. This creates a perfect storm of challenges. First, you have crippling traffic congestion and parking nightmares. Roads become impassable, not just for visitors, but for residents trying to live their daily lives. Second, public transport, the supposed backbone of the plan, can be completely overwhelmed. This leads to dangerous overcrowding on platforms and significant delays, frustrating everyone. Third, you have to cater to wildly different groups. Athletes need secure, punctual transport. The media needs to move fast. And spectators, often unfamiliar with the city, need clear, accessible options. Finally, all of this happens under a global spotlight. In our age of instant communication, any failure becomes an international headline, damaging the host city's reputation. Faced with these challenges, cities are turning to smart mobility and sustainable transport. Smart mobility is the strategic integration of technology and data to create a more efficient, responsive network. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Key elements include integrating all transport modes, using real-time data from sensors and GPS to see what's happening right now, applying artificial intelligence to predict demand, and putting the traveler at the center of the system. Sustainable transport broadens this focus. It considers the long-term environmental, social, and economic consequences. This means minimizing the carbon footprint by promoting public and active transport, ensuring the benefits are distributed fairly across all parts of society, and creating a transport legacy that provides lasting value, not a financial burden of underutilized white elephant projects. Mega events are no longer just a transportation problem. They are a unique opportunity to fast-track these smart and sustainable solutions, redefining a city for decades to come. So how do they do it? Let's dive into the Smart Mobility Toolkit. At the heart of any smart strategy is a robust, intelligent transportation system, or ITS. Think of it as the central nervous system of the entire transport operation. The foundation of ITS is data, gathered from a vast network of sensors embedded in roads, advanced video cameras, and even drones providing aerial views of traffic. For the London 2012 Olympics, a system of smart cameras was used to monitor vehicle congestion and automatically notify the control center of issues, allowing for rapid response. All this data flows into an Advanced Traffic Management Center, or ATMC. This is the mission control. Here, teams of experts from different agencies, traffic police, public transport operators, emergency services, coordinate in one room, looking at vast screens that visualize the entire network. This integration is crucial for managing the dedicated Olympic route networks that give priority to athletes and officials. Armed with this real-time data, operators can actively manage traffic flow. They use dynamic traffic signaling, changing the timing of lights to ease congestion, and variable message signs on highways to inform drivers of delays and suggest alternate routes. London's Traffic Coordination Centre for the 2012 Games was so successful that its traffic modeling tools are still used today, a clear positive legacy. If ITS is the nervous system, then artificial intelligence and big data are the brain. These technologies move beyond just reacting to what's happening now. They predict and shape what will happen next. By analyzing historical data, ticket sales, and real-time sensor inputs, AI algorithms can predict where and when crowds will form. This allows organizers to preemptively increase public transport frequency or reroute pedestrian flows to prevent dangerous bottlenecks. For example, at Expo City Dubai, AI was used to analyze CCTV feeds in real time, providing insights into crowd density and flow patterns. AI also optimizes public transport. Germany's Deutsche Bahn uses advanced analytics to predict demand and adjust the number of carriages on trains during major events, ensuring resources are used efficiently. During the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, AI systems analyzed attendee behavior to optimize crowd flow, minimizing wait times and enhancing the visitor experience. Of course, for the millions of visitors navigating an unfamiliar city, their smartphone is their best friend. Organizers are creating sophisticated mobile apps that act as a personal guide. These apps provide multimodal journey planners that combine all options: metro, bus, walking, cycling, ride-hailing, to offer the quickest or most sustainable route. For the FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar, a dedicated navigation app was created for over 1,400 drivers, providing turn-by-turn guidance to ensure seamless transport of VIPs and players. These apps also deliver real-time information. Push notifications can alert users to service disruptions or schedule changes, reducing stress and confusion. A key trend is integrated ticketing. The Paris 2024 Games featured an app for 100% digital tickets, streamlining venue access. These apps can even enhance accessibility. The Paris 2024 app ecosystem included features for visually impaired spectators, like real-time audio descriptions of the action. Another huge friction point is paying for travel. Mega events are a catalyst for implementing integrated, contactless payment systems. The trend is moving away from proprietary cards towards open-loop systems. This means you can simply tap your existing contactless credit card or mobile wallet, like Apple Pay, to pay for your journey. It's incredibly convenient for international tourists. Transport for London was a pioneer here, rolling out contactless payments across its network to coincide with the 2012 Olympics. This set a new global standard. And what's on the horizon? The next frontier is autonomous and connected vehicles. While not yet widespread, cities are actively exploring their potential. Initial applications will likely be in controlled environments, like autonomous shuttles on dedicated lanes for athletes. A key enabling technology is vehicle-to-everything, or V2X, communication, where vehicles talk to each other and to infrastructure like traffic lights, dramatically improving safety. Los Angeles, preparing for the 2028 Olympics, has bold ambitions. Planners envision a future with designated autonomous lanes and are even exploring air taxis to ferry people over the city's notorious congestion. They are aiming for a no-car games, heavily discouraging private vehicle use. The games are serving as a powerful deadline to accelerate this innovation. Beyond the tech, there's a profound philosophical shift. Sustainability is now a core objective. Future hosts like Brisbane 2032 are aiming to deliver the first-ever carbon-positive games. The single most effective strategy is getting people out of private cars and onto public transport. Mega events accelerate long-planned projects. Ahead of the 2008 Olympics, Beijing invested over $20 billion to extend its subway network, a permanent upgrade that serves millions daily. London's 2012 Games saw £6.5 billion invested in upgrading the existing network with new trains and modernized stations. The goal is to make public transport so convenient that it's the default choice for everyone. Another critical pillar is the vehicle fleet. Host cities are deploying large fleets of electric and hydrogen-powered buses. Paris 2024, for example, prioritized low-emission vehicles for its fleet. A key legacy of this is the permanent charging and refueling infrastructure left behind. LA 2028 plans to deploy 10,000 public EV charging stations as part of its Olympic blueprint. The most sustainable transport of all is human-powered. Events provide a golden opportunity to promote walking and cycling. This means building safe, connected cycle lanes and pedestrian-friendly zones. For Paris 2024, over 400 kilometers of new bike lanes were created, fundamentally reshaping the city's network. Large-scale bike and e-scooter sharing programs help people cover that last mile from a station to a venue. London's 2012 Games heavily promoted walking and cycling, helping trigger a lasting behavioral shift towards healthier habits. The final piece of the sustainability puzzle is managing travel demand itself. This is about influencing how, when, and if people travel. Strategies include incentivizing off-peak travel, encouraging local businesses to allow remote work to free up capacity, and restricting private vehicle access. After the 2008 Olympics, Beijing retained a modified version of its vehicle restriction policy, a legacy that continues to help manage congestion. So what is the final outcome? The true measure of success isn't just a flawless 3-week spectacle, but the enduring legacy it leaves behind. It can be a catalyst for urban transformation, but it can also be a costly mistake. When planned with foresight, the legacy is transformative. Barcelona's 1992 Olympics are the gold standard. The Games spurred the revitalization of its waterfront, a new ring road system, and an airport expansion, which collectively boosted its global image. Beijing's massive subway expansion for the 2008 Games created the backbone of a modern transit system. London's 2012 implementation of contactless payments is a technological legacy that set a new global standard, but history is also littered with failures. The term "white elephant" refers to hugely expensive infrastructure built for an event that sees little use afterward, becoming a drain on public funds. The most damaging criticism, however, is exacerbated social inequality. The Rio 2016 Olympics is a stark warning. The city invested heavily in new transport corridors. However, analysis showed these investments disproportionately benefited wealthier areas. At the same time, conventional bus services that served poorer neighborhoods were cut. The transport legacy actually made it harder for the city's poorest residents to get to work and school. This is why inclusive planning is absolutely essential. The key takeaway is to align event planning with long-term city strategy. Projects should be chosen because they meet a genuine, long-term need, with the event acting as an accelerator. The planning process must be transparent and involve the community from the very beginning. In conclusion, the intense pressure of hosting a mega event is forging the future of urban mobility. The blueprint for success is clear. First, intelligence is paramount. AI and real-time data are a necessity. Second, sustainability is the foundation, prioritizing public and active transport. Third, the user experience is key, powered by mobile apps and seamless payments. And finally, legacy is the ultimate goal. The event is fleeting, but its impact is permanent. Looking ahead, cities like Los Angeles for 2028 and Brisbane for 2032 are building on these lessons. LA's vision of a no-car Games and Brisbane's focus on a zero-emission bus transition show how deeply these principles are being integrated. Engineering sustainable transport for a mega event is more than a logistical challenge. It is a profound opportunity for a city to use the global spotlight to become more connected, more equitable, and more livable for all its citizens, long after the final medal has been awarded.